One Michelle Anderson is a very excited woman right now.
I think I just take the headphones off and sit back.
You get your football and your whatnots. I get the Greeters
It's
Guild.
your time.
Yes, Troy Hawke, welcome.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
So looking forward to you coming along here to Perth, and here you are. You've landed the tour. Well, you're in the middle of all the festivals here in Australia. How's it been treating you?
Oh, it's phenomenal. Where was I last night? I was at the Regal Theatre last night.
Beautiful.
Crowds in Perth are rambunctious. You are a loose unit.
Yeah, right.
A delight to come out and play in front of the people of Perth again. I'll be honest, no disrespect to the crowds in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
hard but, very different. You see, the crowds in Melbourne, you know when you see an adorable dog on the street that you want to pet, but you come near it, it kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, grouse.
You have to put the back of your hand there and you have to be very patient. Not make direct eye contact. And eventually...
I'm friendly.
Eventually, it makes its minds up. It comes, it gives you a little sniff. It goes away again. You have to work to get it back.
Yeah.
That's the crowds in Melbourne.
That's Melbourne.
No problem with that. Makes you work. The crowds in Perth.
Yeah.
You know, the big Staffordshire Terriers that just come up and lick you everywhere. No slobber all over you. That's what you get here.
What was the word you used to describe it? Rambunctious?
Rambunctious.
And then went with loose units. I reckon more of the Perth audience will understand the loose units.
Well, I mean,
that's right up our neck of the woods.
Same thing. Same
Tell me this though. I saw some of your videos, and you're in Melbourne, and you did get a little bit of static, like you effing weirdo, like a bit of this, bit of that. And I was like, oh, hey Kmart, Melbourne, be nice.
Oh yeah, that was stunning. I got one of the harshest possible rebuttals to a fairly innocent compliment. People did speculate in the comments that maybe she thought I was security, and they were on the rob. Yes. I mean, so you said effing. It was, and there was another word.
We do use the C word a little bit more freely in Australia than.
I learned that.
Yeah.
Immediate
offended by it.
immediate first-hand experience. That one. I didn't take it personally. You never know what's been happening with somebody on their day. Maybe I reminded her of someone she didn't like who bullied her at primary school.
Oh yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
You've also had. We talked before about one guy that said, and you said, "Oh, you look smashing," and he said, "I'll smash you," but that was the nice smashing.
Yes, it was a nice smash.
That was the positive smash.
Yes, it was the positive smash. I said, go in there and smash it. And he thought about it, and he turned around and said, I'll smash you. And that's the thing is I'll smash you in a good way. But he didn't. That was the implication. But he got very nervous because in the moment, of course, he doesn't expect to get someone say something nice to him.
Of course.
His kind of little numpties in his head or scramble. What do we do? What do we do? And they threw that out. But yeah, bless him. Yeah, he hasn't phoned me. So,
He hasn't phoned
no,
you?
he hasn't got back in touch. So.
Now, this morning on air, one of our fellow hosts throughout the Triple M network made a comment around. It was bullying Michelle.
You got him, bold-faced. Well, he's got body issues.
Well, listen, you know, they say in the playground, you always pull the pigtail of the girl you want to kiss. Are you sure that's not what's going on?
No, this is directed towards him from another man.
That's
what's going on.
Same story. How do you know this
He
chap?
wants to smash.
Exactly.
Westo, in that good way. I don't know if you want that smash.
Now, so I just need a bit of a pick-me-up because
do you want a little
because it's a bit of a
greasy?
fat shame sort of situation, which I'm
right.
extremely comfortable with.
I'll be honest, you don't look fat. You look like you've got farm boy volume. You look like you've got that kind of innate strength.
Your turn of phrase is magical.
Yeah. You know that kind of like it's big and it's chunky, but when you get down here, it's tight.
You haven't
solid.
copywritten that phrase, have you?
I have now.
That was going on the Instagram handle straight away.
You've got that farm boy strength. You've got that thick corn-fed look.
Oh, I like that. Thank you.
But women
Thank
prefer
you.
that anyway. Women don't like skinny men.
No, they
Come
don't.
on.
They
Exactly
like
right.
men. I
Exactly.
like that.
Exactly right.
And what about any? I mean, obviously you've shocked a few people and they've been a bit taken aback. But is there anyone that you've just really touched that has just sort of then welled around you and gone, oh, you've just made my day? Because you see a little bit of that, but we obviously don't see all of it.
I think that it's more the other way round. There was a chap that made my day when I was out in Amsterdam. And we'd done about 3 shoots, and it was late night, so there was a lot of surliness.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there was a tiny little confectionery stand that was open at 1 a.m. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, right, I'll go and give this chap a shift. And it came down there, and we'd been booted out because obviously we'd been trying to do various places in the red light area, and they were honest, they're like soldiers. The second they saw a camera, we moved on. So I went to this man's little stand in the middle of, I think it was Vondel Park in Amsterdam, and I started greeting people, and he just started laughing, and I was greeting all these cyclists that came past, and he said, I'm going to attempt his accent. Apologies of it. He said, I love it. What you're doing? What's that word you keep saying? Cyclist. What is that? And I said, a cyclist, sir, is a person on a bicycle. Cyclist. Oh, and something clicked in his brain, and he just started dying laughing because he'd never heard the word cyclist. He said there was no word for cyclist. I mean, there obviously is a word for cyclist, but it's such a common thing. They don't label people as being on a bike. He was dying laughing and absolutely lost his mind. And I think he essentially, his immediate connection was he went cyclist, sexist, racist. He put it in that category.
Yes, of course.
He put it in the
They're
baddies.
not good category. They're not good category.
Exactly right.
And then somehow he got onto his marriage and told you
Yes.
you'd been divorced forever, and then
Yes.
you both had a beer.
Yeah, well, this is it. This is it. I love in an interaction. I don't know if you find this when somebody says to you, "How are you?" and you go, "Do you know what? Here's how I am." Right?
Yeah.
Here's honestly how I am, and then you tell them, and 9 times out of 10, right, that person that you tell, they turn around and go, "All right, well, here's how I am," and suddenly, out of nowhere, you're having a genuine conversation, a D&M, where before you'd have been flippant small talk, looking around, not really involved.
Yes.
I think the more you give, the more you get.
Of course. I agree with that.
We are
I
chatting.
just saw you do a breaking thing. and
That-
I'm- what are you doing?
You've
Tell
talked
me.
too
He's
much.
threatening to break his neck.
I'm about to break him in half.
With your
that
farm boy
strength.
Now, tell us this. We love all your videos, everything. We're across it. What do you get when you come to a show? Do you just greet everyone as they come in? Is that part of the performance?
It's what people get. You see, that's what people expect. People, and I love that they do this. People will watch a video online and they'll say, "Oh, he's playing in town. I'll buy a ticket." None of them have any idea what they're buying a ticket for. And that's the beautiful thing, is the expectations are down there. If I literally greeted every member of the crowd one by one for an hour, I
we're
dare
done.
say 50% of the crowd would leave thinking
I've had my
thinking
green.
they've had their money's worth. No, it goes a lot deeper. Basically, in the show, I talk about my origin story, how all this stuff ended up. I actually attack I attack psychotherapy and psychotherapists
because
in
it's
general.
called
Expose
Sigmund
it.
Troy.
Expose it for the sham that it is.
Oh.
So it goes deeper and further than just hello, you look magnificent.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Well, you
Very
do look
good.
magnificent,
Thank
very
you.
Don't you?
sophisticated. Can I dive into the jacket?
Are you
That's
gonna have
the
a try?
smartest thing I've ever seen.
Dive into anything you like. It's a
don't
smoking
stretch it.
jacket.
Is
this
Thanks
a
for
It's a
calling
smoking
it a
jacket. I absolutely love
Sort of
it.
like a baggy green. Is he allowed to wear that?
No,
Is that
I
even
just want to
legal?
know. I just want to know
Well,
about
this
the
chap
jacket.
here.
Yeah.
Farm boy
No,
strength.
the
Farm boy
farm boy strength over here. Well, firstly, he's got to show
too
off.
big.
He's got to show off his thighs, and that's a must. Secondly, when somebody underdresses like this, it's a reverse sign of status.
Yeah.
It's a reverse sign of
so
status.
right.
Because what this outfit says here says is, I don't have anything to prove to anyone.
Yeah.
It posts down here, but it's actually up here.
Meanwhile at home.
He's got nobody he needs to
Oh
impress.
my God,
I
you're
like
so
this.
right. He's the guy that
I'm not
goes
wrong,
to
am
Nobu
I?
in a singlet. You're so right. You're so right.
About the jacket, mate. It is
Oh, it's right, yeah, thank you so
spectacular.
much.
The
Thank you,
smoker's jacket.
appreciate it.
Wow. I'm married. I'm happily married, but she
You
whiz.
need to, again.
I'm after 3
he
kids.
does
I'm at
this
2,
every
3. There's a
time.
blockage at 3.
Right.
If I come home in a smoker's jacket, chances.
Well, there is a bespoke tailor shop. I did notice on
Is
my
it?
walk here through Subiaco.
right.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
I'll
you
have
know,
to look to get one.
you might have to get some new shorts.
And the shorts are no good either. Okay, I'll pay the shorts.
I don't know. You'd end up looking like Winnie the Pooh if you
Yeah.
just had the smoking jacket. Just
Okay.
a top and no trousers.
I do dress. We'll call it plain. But
Every now
we
and then
come
you'll
to
see him
work
pop up. Yeah.
at 4:30 in the morning,
Fair
and
enough.
so I don't shower at home. I do it all here, so I don't want to wake the kids. So it's
Of course.
straight in the car.
Look at him.
Via the McDonald's drive-through for a coffee here. So
That's where you have a shower, is it?
no,
Yeah,
downstairs.
downstairs.
They have a
in the
hose out in the
park.
car
Yeah,
park.
hose
Oh,
myself
right,
off.
got
It depends if I had a big night, then I hose
I
other
just
things
see
off,
you.
and away we go.
You're just scrambling for excuses as to why you don't look the way you want to look in front of him. He's doing it
but
again,
I
Sean.
just
Doing it
learned
again.
this is certainly how I want to
Yeah,
look.
the
I'm
farm-
not proving anything to
Look
anyone.
at his sparkling
husky, I
cobalt
know.
eyes, though. Look.
Oh,
Well, you don't
stop
need
it.
anything else once you've got those firing laser beams,
Oh my
arresting laser
God.
beams all around the studio. You've gone red, though. That one
Yeah,
landed.
Yeah,
Blushing.
that landed.
On the way to Rottnest today, Troy.
Yes, I'm on the way to Rottnest to pet some quokkas. I understand the quokkas, when they see you, they consider you to be a big version of them. They just think you're a big quokka.
How old are your children?
I don't have children.
You don't-
I'm just going by myself.
Oh, you're going on your own. Will
by
you
myself,
greet
yes.
over
Absolutely,
there?
I'll greet all the quokkas.
All the quokkas?
I expect them to
days.
greet me back. I imagine they'll start following me around. They'll pick up on my behaviour patterns. Soon all the quokkas will be greeting each other, greeting the people
Little
coming to the
smoking
island.
jackets.
All of that.
A
All
little,
of that.
a little quokka fun fact for you.
Yeah, go on.
When the mothers are threatened, rather than protecting their young, they throw the young into the battle and
chuck 'em in.
escape. Yeah, the young go in. Bang, I'm
Oh,
out.
right. So
like a
they think,
shield.
well, do you know what? These ones are all right, but if I'm safe, I can have more.
More. Yeah,
I can go
yeah,
out and have more.
and they're a 5 out of 10. I can do better. The dad
Yeah.
was no good. He was the dodgy
Big
blocker.
circle of life, yeah.
So you save yourself and throw the kids in the fire.
Amazing. Amazing. So exponentially, that's what they do to make themselves survive and keep
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the reverse of the Titanic, basically. That's how they stay afloat, yeah. No
I
pun.
done a deep dive on the Titanic the other night with my wife, who was for some reason watching it.
Yeah.
And the last scene we argue about
The
could've-
door,
door.
can
She,
Jack
she,
and
she
Rose
removed the
both
door
fit
and
on?
said it wouldn't have been an issue if you stayed on the bloody boat. Jack was a survivor. Jack was always going to survive. But now you have to worry about her sorry ass.
No, Jack just won a card
thing.
game to hell.
Yeah.
That's all. That's that whole movie in a nutshell.
Thanks for coming in this morning,
Yeah.
brother.
It's been
Thank
an
you so
absolute
much.
pleasure.
My favourite, and you hogged everything. He's got all the cobalt eyes.
Yeah.
He's got the husky
Yeah,
farmer
big
look.
farm
No, but
boy,
you
strong
don't.
boy,
You don't need any compliments. If you've got
Thank you,
compliments
sir.
on top of what's going on here, it would be unfair for everybody.
Yeah, it would
else.
be.
That's all I
Yeah,
wanted.
reasonable.
That's all I wanted. I've got what I wanted. Thank you.
92.9 Triple M.